Okay, it's 1 in the morning. I have not been able to go to sleep yet because I have been thinking about this. Exercise. This is a concept that I've been trying to think of how to talk about for a while. Exercise has been a very big turning point in my life. You guys can probably even see it on my channel for those of you who, let's face it, none of the people who watch my channel originally still watch it, but any of you guys who have gone back to watch some of my earlier stuff could have seen that I was much fatter, skinny arms. I hit 198 pounds on the scale, and I'm like, cool, must be getting stronger. And then I looked down and I couldn't see my toes. When I started out, I could barely do 10 push-ups. I could do like 20 sit-ups and 20 squats, and that was flipping it. After that, I was done. There was no more. Down to 180 and then went back up to 186. I was feeling better about myself, feeling better in health-wise in general. I eventually graduated from high school, and this was a couple of years ago. I graduated from high school, and then after summer break, I applied for the military. Originally, I was going to go for the Marines, but I'm really bad at running, and yeah, I'm bad at running. I'm really bad at running, so forget the Marines. And so I went for the Navy, which had the second shortest running exam. Not specifically because of running. There was other reasons, but that's not important. I went in, I signed up, I signed in, I was enlisted. Then it was just a waiting period. I had 1 month to get ready. I was still at 186 at this time, and they go, you at your current physical status will not be allowed in when you are going to get shipped off for training. And I go, okay, so what do I have to do? They go, you have to lose 15 pounds. By the way, you have 1 month. And I look at them and I go, excuse me. So, I started dieting a little bit more, regulating how much I ate a little bit more. I started running because I hate running, so I never did running before this, other than like the month that I tried running around my pond, which didn't really work. I ended up just twisting my ankles a lot. After about a week, I had signed up for PT, which was physical training. Once a week, we showed up and everybody exercised together. This is supposed to be a thing where you could get to know your fellow recruits more, and everybody exercises. The first time that I went there, there was this one kid who was training with the Navy and training with special ops guys special ops recruits for about 3 years. He was going in for SEALs. Kid showed up anytime that he felt like it. He showed up with a buzz cut mohawk and a pair of short shorts, and I'm like, yep, you look like you're joining the Navy. Had been there for so long that he knew how things worked. He helped run the PT sessions, and I was keeping up fine with like the push-ups, the sit-ups, and all that other stuff. The duration was a little bit of a problem, but I was still not super in shape at this time. This was only a week after I got signed up. I wasn't great then. Then we have to go for a run. I am not a runner. I am not good at duration running. I can sprint. I kept up with, I could keep up with running backs on the football team when it was just a full sprint. I could not run for crap. And a lot of that was just because I never ran anywhere. I didn't run. I'm not a runner. So we went out onto the run, and I was way behind everyone. I was super high, or I was super far behind literally everyone. And it was only about a half a mile, and it was only about half a mile, and it took me, I think, 6 minutes. And so as I was running, the Navy SEAL guy was sitting behind me and barking orders at me the entire time. When I exercise, I go into what I call complete focus mode, just focus mode, which is there is nothing happening around me. There is nothing happening around me. There are no sounds, there are no sights, there is a goal, and there is my body. My body gets to the goal, and after that, it stops, and we get out of focus mode, and we go ahead and we do whatever the heck else. So I'm running, I'm not saying anything, my head is in a straight swivel, my eyes are not moving anywhere, and this guy's barking orders at me after a certain point he was yelling at me to go faster, and I could not, and I ended up having to stop because I got a stitch in my side, which is, that flipping huge cramping pain in your lungs and your diaphragm, which suck. And so I slowed down and started like a trotty walk, and the guy like hits me in the shoulder and goes, "What the heck are you doing? Run." Or I look behind at him and I look forward and I keep my pace, and he goes, "If you don't start running now, we're going to do another lap." I go, And after about 10 or 20 seconds, I started back up again. This guy, after about halfway through the run, realized that he could not intimidate me into running more or running faster. So he goes, "Okay, you can stop, but you gotta do push-ups." So I'm like, I'm flipping fine with that. And so I ended up stopping, getting down, and doing 10 push-ups, getting up, and then running again. And then this would happen every about 100 feet because I couldn't run for crap. It took, like I said, it took me about 6.5 minutes to actually complete this half a mile, which again is terrible. We got about another third of a mile to go, and by that time, he starts asking questions. "So when do you ship out?" "In about a month." "You're not going to be ready." And I look at him, I raise my eyebrow, and I look forward, and I did not stop for the rest of the run. Because, man, do I live on spite. Immediately after, I went home, and I did some research and a lot of math, and I wrote on a piece of paper the maximum amount of calories I could eat in a day, the maximum amount of sugar I could eat in a day, my push-ups, my sit-ups, my squats, other exercises, how much I have to run, and what time I have to do that run in. I take a piece of tape and I tape it to the wall. Then the next morning, I started a liquid breakfast diet. And out. Or I started waking up at 7 o'clock, making up those liquid breakfasts, going outside, and running up and down my hill for 15 minutes straight. No stopping, no breaks, not even for water. I put on a camel bag and ran for 15 minutes straight. And then I started to do squats. And then I started doing squats and lunges to even everything out. After that was sit-ups and planks. And so I started doing sit-ups and I started doing planks to work on core and back muscles. And after that was push-ups. I did alternating push-ups, which is going from diamonds to normal push-ups to wide push-ups. I could eat I calculated it out so that I never ate more than 2,000 calories in a day. But during that entire time, I had never eaten more than 1,800 calories in a singular day. And ambiently, your body burns calories ambiently without having to do anything. I could lay in my bed all day and I would still burn 1,850 calories in a single day. That is including sleep and all of that other crap. I could do literally nothing and burn 1,800 calories. I was eating an average of 1,300 calories a day, which means that I would lose weight even if I didn't do anything. But I did do a lot of things. So about a week and a half before I shipped out, I went to my last PT session, saw that same guy, and he looks at me and he goes, dang, kid, what the heck happened this month? I go, I lost 13 and a half pounds. Just revisiting my math, I was eating an average of 1,300 to 1,500 calories a day, and with the amount of exercise that I was doing, I was burning anywhere between 2,300 to 3,000 calories a day. I was losing about a third of a pound a day, which is about an extra 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, which do not do this. It wreaks havoc on your entire body, both mentally and physically. Like, I was having severe sleeping problems, muscle pains, bone pains. Like, if I didn't average out my nutrition properly with supplements, with insane amounts of supplements and protein powder, my entire body would have collapsed and I would have torn muscles and ligaments and all these other things and had problems with bone fracturing. With the amount of running that I was doing, my ankles would have exploded. Just because I was very heavy and I was doing a lot of things on hills, and I don't usually wear shoes when I go out running and stuff. So don't ever do this. It's called crash dieting. And it's called crash dieting for a reason, because you crash really flipping hard into your bed at the end of the day because you are running on E for the entire day. Do not do this. He goes, dang. He goes, dang, kid. Maybe you won't make it. So yeah. And there was one really good thing that came out of that was me losing, if I move my pants out of the way, me losing pretty much all that belly fat, which was great. Not all of it, because I would have to eat so little to lose the rest of this that I would have to eat so little to lose the rest of this that my bones would probably collapse with the amount of exercise that I do. So that's not happening. And the other good thing was flipping guns. Heck yeah. I like having big arms now. Cool. Feels cool. Well, most of this came after the fact, but the base layer of this came during that whole period of time. But yeah. Big arms. It's great. I like it.